The city seemed calm for the briefest of moments. Above it, the sky erupted with battle. Many people were taken onto the tentacle canoe, but we'd been there for a while. The captain of the ship, he's kind of a jerk. Not only were we captured against our will, but he also has a nasty habit of putting slugs into people's eye holes. We all have one in our head, and brother, it is not the most fun I've ever had. Luckily, the heroes of the area are going to crash and destroy the ship. Wait a minute, I'm on that ship, and so are my friends. First there's Poppy. She's a gnome rogue, and she's always trying in vain to keep the rest of us on task and making good decisions. Good luck with that. Fendra is a wizard who's in search of great power. She's always there when we need her, and she seems pretty reliable, but what lengths will she go to for that power? Murtaugh is the kind of guy that I wish I could be. He's a dwarf barbarian, and he has exactly one goal. He wants to die a warrior's death, which means he's always trying to find battle. And then there's me. My name is Roscoe Bindleton, and I am a bard. That means I like to tell stories and sing songs, make people feel better. I've never been much of the hero type, but now I find myself at the base of a quest where I have to get this slug out of my head and hopefully help my friends do the same. Sitting in front of us was the wretched vessel where they grew and kept those slugs, and I knew exactly what we should do. Alright, so this nursery thing, I think we should probably murder it.
I like that.
What?
Okay, so that was a bad plan, but this is how we learn. With a quick look around, we could tell our only way out was through a giant sphincter, which I was not excited about. Oh, it's a sphincter! Guys, we can go in the sphincter! Poppy found a poor bastard tied to a chair with his brain hanging out, and we knew he had to do something about it. For some reason, her first idea was to rip the brain out with no medical training whatsoever, and Murtaugh had another plan.
He asked for the sweet release of death, and I want to give it to him.
Which obviously didn't work, because how is this gnome supposed to break a grown man's skull? I mean, surely there are better options. Fendra took over from here, and after a bit of investigation decided that the best course was still to remove the brain. This time using an actual medical procedure instead of a goopy slap to the gray matter.
I need bardic inspiration for this guy.
I knew Fendra had never done this type of work before, so I immediately started playing the drums. You know, to help.
There.
Oh yeah, baby!
Right?
Oh, we get some surgery with this bitch.
Let me get them brains.
We have a pet brain now.
Oh my god!
Oh my god. We had to make a decision whether or not to mutilate the brain. And if I'm going to be honest with you, that isn't the kind of decision I was prepared to make today. Luckily, with a little love and a great risk to our own safety, we walked away with a new friend, Sluggo. Fair warning, if you pet him, you're gonna need a shower. Sluggo told us right away that we were needed in the helm of the ship. I considered that a bit of a red flag, but we were running pretty low on options. And if the ship crashes now, we're likely to become the new paint job on the crash site. Now, when you find yourself in a situation like this, you need to keep a level head, which is exactly what we didn't do. Our party ran full steam ahead to take control of the ship and save the day. But you know what happens when you rush around a ship full of strange creatures that have been locked up and tortured on a spaceship with a steadily declining chance of survival? You get ambushed. As if things weren't bad enough, we realize now that the tadpoles inside of us are making us telepathically communicate, but in this case, it spared us from a fight. In life, you'll find that you can't always pick your battles. We avoided one fight just to land ourselves in another equally sticky pickle. Yes, I called it a sticky pickle. It's a bard thing, leave me alone. And I'm not ashamed to admit that the first sign of trouble made me spill my ancestral gifts like a freshly spooked squid. I've never killed anyone before, and I don't think it's gonna start now. Lizelle, the lady who so nicely ambushed us before and threatened us with physical violence, did the dirty job of finishing that creature for me. Maybe I should thank her. It's not gonna be today. After that, I saw Murtaugh cleave one of the demons in a single powerful swing. That's how combat should be done. It feels more humane in a way. Then again, our foes aren't humans at all. They're demons, and we really must remember what they're capable of. An imp scratched Poppy violently, and Sluggo was enraged by this. He dove bravely, head first, into the smoke to tear that imp limb from limb. I was surprised to find myself quite satisfied to see another evildoer downed. Maybe I could be a hero after all. Fendra and I completed a combo attack to finish the battle. And although I hadn't actually killed any of these demons, I felt I did my part. That's good enough for the girls I go out with, but I must admit, I wanted more. Maybe this is where the seed was planted that led me to where I am today. And this battle brought much more than a warrior's gleam into my eye. It also brought a warrior's weapon to my hand. Freshly used rapier pried from the death grip of my fallen foes. A weapon of finesse and rhythm seemed just right for now. Looking off the side of the Nautiloid ship, we could see the terrible tentacles flapping in the breeze like laundry on a line. Well, maybe I just wanted anything to remind me of home, because this glance was our first clue that we were definitely not home anymore. Through another sphincter, we found a room with otherworldly consoles and more poor bastards strapped to chairs. Fendra did what anyone would do in that situation. He looked at the console, realized we had no idea what any of these symbols meant, and by the gods, she started pressing buttons completely at random and hoped for the best. This tinkering could have done untold damage to us, the ship, or even the brain puppies we've grown to tolerate with all our hearts. But instead, a beautiful young lady with a dark secret poured out of the holding chamber like gently flowing sandbag. I'll let you in on a secret. Old Roscoe has a thing for beautiful young ladies with dark secrets, and that's why I took a vow of chastity. I know that's normally a thing reserved for paladins and men of the cloth, but scorned lovers and dark secrets do not mix. You also don't want to find yourself distracted in dire situations. That's why we very carefully grouped up before we went through the door to the helm. See us there? All together and ready for battle?
Do we need to do quick, rest?
No.
This looks like
I don't
it's the
think
way
so.
we're supposed to go. I would really like to check out the other sphincter.
The thing is, I know an important sphincter when I see it, and we had passed one in the previous room that I thought we ought to investigate. So we had a little casual conversation and walked back the other way.
I'm here to just find a glorious death in combat.
I'm sure we can make that happen for you.
And eventually we found another trapped survivor who needed urgent help. After the last battle, I was sure I was the man for the job. And when I confidently pressed the button to open the container,
Oh shit! Oh
What did you just do?
it jellied her brains and turned her into a Mind Flayer. Luckily, I knew the exact response that was needed in that moment. I hid, snuck away like nothing happened. Okay, so I'm not a hero yet. And now that I accidentally blended a lady, we're gonna go back to the helm sphincter. Oh, and remember how carefully we were lined up and ready for battle? Are you shocked to learn that we did not do that this time? Hindsight being what it is, go ahead and say that was a mistake.
I'm not near you guys at all.
That's not great.
I'm also by myself, I think. Oh no, yeah, I'm by myself. You three are together. Oh.
However, we must be thankful for small miracles, such as the fact that the Mind Flayer thinks we're really good friends. Pretty presumptuous of him, but I never look a gift cracking in the beak. Once again, I knew this was my time to shine, so I raised my crossbow and took aim at the foul Hellsboar before me. And I almost hit him, too. He definitely wasn't happy that I shot at him, which is probably why he ran over and bit me in the sweetmeat. They even shot Sluggo right in the brain with an arrow. Then a Fendra got too close to the Hellsboar, and it took a bite of her as well. A potion was already required, and we had done nothing of consequence to the enemy. But after I quickly healed my wounds, I delivered my first fatal blow.
Yeah, yeet!
Some may say that killing a boar is no heroic feat, but for me it was a step of vast import. The Mind Flayer and Demon continued exchanging blows for quite some time as we fought back the imps, but I eventually made it near their scrap. When I got there, I summoned a spectral hand that would hopefully reach the console before I even could, and that would save us precious moments. But just then, a dragon screeched by the front of the ship and dropped off reinforcements in the form of more imps and a boar. What I didn't know at that moment was that Poppy had just been surrounded by two towering demons with pointed tridents meant for skewering gnomes with great speed. I'm sure it'll be fine. Murtaugh finally made his way to the demon commander, and he couldn't help but join the fight. I think he may actually be a little unwell. This demon was an 8th level foe, and Murtaugh was a completely untested barbarian freshly hatched from his stone-laden egg. That's how dwarves are made, right? Okay, I'm gonna level with you. I'm not a dwarf expert, but you get the idea. Poppy was grievously stabbed by one of the winged monsters what ambushed her previously, so she tried to activate the restoring device on the ship, which was impossible, and then she tried to use her roguish ability of hiding in plain sight, which was improbable, and she was quickly murdered in cold blood by the demons, which was suboptimal. If we didn't escape, and soon, we were doomed to share her fate. I girded my loins and grabbed a pair of tentacles. I stuck them together as if I knew what I was doing. Uh-oh. And this was an act. I had absolutely no clue what I was doing, and I nearly killed us all. But at the last moment, I grabbed the coupled tenties, and we were off to Narnia. In the next episode, we're going to find out if it was too late for Poppy. We're also going to find out where we landed, exactly how I decided to become a little bit stronger and take one step closer to being the hero that I am today. If you don't want to miss that video, then go ahead and subscribe down below. For now, I want to thank you for watching. I have been Rage Panda 1, and I will see you in the next one.